Okay, let's just get straight into this. Look, if you're a serious business owner, a real estate investor, or a commercial operator, you already know the deal. Securing commercial real estate and business financing. Yeah, it's rarely a walk in the park. Honestly, it can feel like you're stuck in this overwhelmingly complex maze. You've got a fantastic project, you've got the vision, but then you hit the red tape of the capital markets. And that can completely stall or even literally derail your momentum. So, in today's Explainer, we're going to break down exactly how Banc Capital Financial Services is stepping in to structure capital for qualified owner-operators and investors, cutting right through all that noise.
And it all comes down to this one highly impactful statement: taking the headache out of banking. Now, that's not just some catchy marketing slogan, right? It's the absolute core ethos of Banc Capital Financial Services. They know the pain points you face, the agonizingly slow response times, the super rigid underwriting boxes, the endless document requests where you're just left guessing. They get that you need to be out there actually running your business, not popping aspirin over a banking headache.
So here's our roadmap for this Explainer. We'll start with the commercial financing headache, then introduce Banc Capital. After that, we'll look at their comprehensive capital solutions, show some proof in the portfolio, dive into their operational advantage, and finally, talk about securing your next deal.
Okay, Section 1, the commercial financing headache, and really, why clarity, structure, and execution matters so much.
Here's the thing. Traditional lenders, they often completely fail to provide these three foundational elements. When you're hunting for capital, you absolutely need clarity. You have to know exactly what the lender wants and if your deal even fits their criteria before you waste weeks of your time. Then you need structure, meaning the loan isn't just some generic, off-the-shelf product. It's custom-built around your specific income-producing property or business needs. And, well, most importantly, you need execution, the absolute rock-solid certainty that the lender can actually close the deal. Banc Capital realized that serious borrowers desperately need these three pillars, and that's exactly what they're bringing to the table.
Moving on to Section 2, introducing Banc Capital, backed by decades of experience and led by Fred Gibbs.
So they were established back in 2004, and they bring this massive advantage, which really boils down to this one number, 40. That is over 40 years of combined banking and capital markets experience on their team. Think about that for a second. When you're sitting across the table or, across the Zoom screen from a capital advisor, you want to know for sure that they've navigated multiple market cycles. That kind of depth means they aren't just guessing. They're tapping into established, deep-rooted relationships with private investors, banks, and non-bank lenders to actually get your deal done.
Which brings us to their operational scale. They're targeting loan sizes from $150,000 all the way up to $10 million. And actually, scratch that. It's not just a window, it's a massive, incredibly important runway. It means they're agile enough to help a local operator fund a smaller acquisition or cover working capital, but they also have the heavy lifting capacity to structure multi-million-dollar financing for huge commercial real estate developments. If you're a qualified borrower in that space, well, you're exactly who they are built for.
All right, Section 3, comprehensive capital solutions, meaning financing structured for your exact needs.
Just look at the sheer diversity here. They are definitely not a one-trick pony. For commercial real estate loans, they're handling multifamily, mixed-use, retail, office, hospitality, the whole shebang. On the business financing side, they're securing capital for acquisitions, expansions, and working capital. For the real estate investors out there, they've got you covered with fix and flips, rental portfolios, bridge loans, and value adds. And they wrap all of this up with structured financing solutions and advisory and deal positioning. Now that last one, that is huge. They don't just take your application, toss it over the wall, and cross their fingers. No, they actively coach you on how to package and present your deal to drastically improve your odds. They align the money directly with your long-term goals.
Section 4, proof in the portfolio, showcasing real deals across really diverse asset classes.
Okay, the big takeaway here is their unbelievable versatility, especially with specialty property financing. Seriously, look at these examples. A $2.1 million funeral home in Atlanta, a $600,000 RV park in North Carolina, a $1.5 million church in Spartanburg. These are notoriously tricky special-use properties that most standard banks will run away from because they just don't fit neatly into a box. But Banc Capital gets them funded. And of course, they also knock traditional heavy hitters out of the park, like a $4.1 million condo development in Florida and a massive $21 million condo and apartment deal down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
And their reach goes way beyond those first few examples. They've got proven execution in multifamily, single-family fix and flips, manufacturing facilities, both the real estate and the equipment, retail, and secured storage. We're talking successful deals spanning across North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Ohio, Florida, Alabama, and D.C. Pretty much no matter what asset class you're playing in, they've likely been there and navigated it successfully.
That brings us to Section 5, the operational advantage, going way beyond just the loan itself.
So your standard lender basically treats you like a one-off capital transaction. They hand over the money and poof, they disappear. But the Banc Capital Advantage is a much more holistic, analytical approach. They actually get that a loan doesn't just exist in a vacuum, it lives inside your business. That's why they utilize the LaGrace OS business operating system for your operations. Plus, they provide access to super-fast, competitive landlord and investment property insurance through their Kingdom Impact system, which partners directly with a trusted third party, Steadily Insurance.
If you look closely at how they use this LaGrace OS framework, it's pretty brilliant. They aren't just getting you into debt. They're actively positioning your company for financing readiness and real sustainable growth. By plugging into this system, they're helping clients improve organization, drive accountability, and create genuine operational clarity. Because, think about it, when you have superior strategic execution and total financial visibility, you're not just running a better business. You suddenly become a way more attractive, lower-risk borrower for any future capital needs. It's a massive value add.
Finally, Section 6, securing your next deal and exactly how you can engage with Banc Capital.
They've completely streamlined this onboarding process because they actually respect your time. Step 1, just complete their online intake form. This is super important because it lets their team review your exact request before you even get on a call. Step 2, pick a convenient online consultation time that works for you. And Step 3, you jump on a direct call to hash out the details, your timeline, and what exactly you need funded. It's highly structured and just incredibly efficient.
If you're ready to get the ball rolling, here is how you reach them directly. Give them a call at 864-973-7680. Or you can email Principal Capital Advisor Fred Gibbs straight away at fred@banccapitalfs.com. Their main office is in Spartanburg, South Carolina, but like we just saw, their footprint is huge. They are fully committed to giving you clear guidance and totally responsive service.
So I'm going to leave you with this one absolutely critical question. Is your next project actually ready for financing? Like, do you really have the clarity, the structure, and the execution required to push this deal across the finish line, or are you just setting yourself up for another banking headache? If you want capital solutions that actually align with your long-term goals, backed by over 40 years of experience, it is time to request a financing review with Banc Capital Financial Services. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and we'll catch you on the next one.